Right, so some of the feedback that we get from the general public is that the cost of medical cannabis in New York is just exorbitant. It's too expensive. It's easier to get illegal marijuana as opposed to being legal. So that being said, obviously it's not, in today's day and age, currently not covered by insurances. It's a cash business. Can each of you sort of talk about what it is that your companies are doing to help people that are really struggling to afford medical cannabis?
Specifically, we offer a discounted program for any patients on needing financial services, or on Medicaid, veterans, Medicare, seniors. So they all receive a 15% discount. We also have an Adopt patient program, and that's where dispensaries from other states, our dispensaries specifically, will basically host a patient in another state and pay for their medication. So it's a charity situation, and it's for specific patients that really need the help, and that's what we do at Columbia.
Columbia Care, the parent company, you have operations in other states. So the dispensaries that preceded Columbia Care in New York that are now financially doing well will be able to financially support patients here in New York that cannot afford their medication. That is fantastic. I love hearing that. That is absolutely wonderful. Okay, and if both of you can just also talk about what we're doing for folks that really can't afford the medication.
While we're on pricing, that I think people don't recognize just in between like individual companies here in New York, as well as black market, is the concept of potency. And so, they see that they can get a whole bag of flour, and that seems like a lot on the street. And if you actually were to go for black market oil, it's not that different than what we're charging, but you can guarantee what's in it. You know it's pharmaceutical grade, and it's regulated in New York. So the price is really not that difference. It's just that it's small, it's extract. And so people, they see a huge amount of flour that they can carry home, and they think they're getting more for less money. And that's not really the case. So that's the first thing I want to say about this whole misconception on potency. And even, potency within individual products. There's this whole concept of people not understanding active milligram content, and so they see a big bottle of a liquid and they think they're getting more. Same with like laundry detergent. So they used to dilute laundry detergent down, and you had to go home with like gallons of it because it was all water. And so I think that is a huge point of education, but specifically for discounts, what Attain's doing that's just a side topic on that, but for discounts, we just implemented the first customer loyalty program in New York State. So what we have is, if you come and purchase, you get cash towards your next visit. And so it's based on your spend, how much cash you get towards your next visit, and those are ongoing. And we also have a 10% discount for Medicare, Medicaid, senior citizens, veterans, and people on disability.
So we also offer a discount for financial hardship. I love the idea of an adoption program, and so I'm going to try to brainstorm that. I think it's important to remember that extraction process is expensive. This is not flower or bud, and a lot of money was put in to be able to extract this. Not to mention the third-party testing that goes into that, and so it's a more expensive product that we have in New York because of all those reasons. I think far more important than that is we can offer discounts, or we can even tighten up our manufacturing to cut down prices a little bit. But when you get a bottle of OxyContin for $6 and you're paying $200 plus or even higher for medical cannabis, there's something wrong there. And so we really need to address this at the root, because even $100 when you're fighting a debilitating illness and have many medical bills as it is a lot of money. And we hear this loud and clear from our patients that are coming through the dispensary. And the tough part, in New York especially, is you're caught in that catch-22. And I've spoken with insurance companies to delegate or to fight for this to be covered by insurance. And no insurance, number one, is excited about going near our patients because they're sick. Insurance companies like healthy, and if anybody's in the insurance industry, I'm sorry, but it's just the truth that this is not a group of patients that an insurance company is excited to bring on board. And then there's the added level of this being Schedule 1. And so again, the federal oversight of that makes it even more difficult. But I really think that that's where, again, amazed by medical cannabis because it's the first time in my career as a physician that we're treating illness with a medication that was brought to the table by patients. It was brought to the table by advocacy, by patients, and it just absolutely amazed me. And it's going to be, unfortunately and fortunately, that same type of pressure that at some point we'll get this covered through a straight run program, through an insurance company, and that is, for me, in my mind, going to be the best answer to the financial difficulties. And again, you're kind of skipping the question, or you should offer a bigger discount, but I truly believe that, and we are going to do everything that we can to make this as affordable as possible while still keeping our doors open.
Yeah, I totally agree that insurance needs to cover this. The good news is we do have a couple patients that have been able to, through the appeal process, actually get insurance to cover it. So it is coming online. And not like there isn't any one specific provider. It's basically, it's taken them, 5 or 6 appeals, and basically like finally the insurance company says, you know what, I give up. And then every time they go and they purchase it again, it's 5 or 6 appeals, and then finally they get the money back. But so it is coming. And then I was also excited to see in New Jersey, there's workers' comp is actually going to have to cover medical marijuana as well. So yeah. So this is not a New York specific problem either, and I think that there's a lot of hype around New York prices because it's more regulated and it is higher than other states, but this is a problem that happens nationwide, that insurance is not covering this. And you see in other states patients are spending anywhere from $300 to $1,000 a month just to purchase medication, and that is not unusual. And so I think that there's a lot of people are quick to knock the New York program, but it's really a nationwide problem where this needs to be tackled as well.
But I really like what I'm hearing from all three of you, and hopefully we continue to make the program better, not only here in New York but across the country, and all of these things hopefully come to fruition.